What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mark Harbert podcast. I'm so pumped for today's episode. Like, this lady is so cool. I've just recently gotten to know her, and I've always seen her around online. We kind of met for the first time like 2 or 3 months ago, and we were kind of like, why in the hell have we never met before?
I know.
We
Like
seem
we
to-
hugged each other, like as if we've
right.
known each other for years.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I'm excited to have Julie Burke on. What's happening?
I love it. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Happy to be here. I think you're amazing as well. So thank you.
Well, cool. So like I was telling you before we came on, like I just love to get on and talk marketing. So real quick, like maybe what we can do is just like tell people your story a little bit and like, what you've done, but you've had a wildly successful business and, let's hear it. Let's hear
Yeah,
the skinny.
no problem. So I always start back when I say I was a corporate America burnout from the ages like
Yeah.
right after high school. I got into I had a very non-traditional background. Didn't go away to college. I didn't think college was for me. Went right into the workforce, and I love making money. I had my first job when I was 14. My dad's company went bankrupt when we were 11, and I remember like all the stress that we had going bankrupt, and like so I'm like, I just want to work. I just want to work. I wanted to help, and then so right after high school, I started corporate America from about 17 to 22. I did go back to night school. I did get my bachelor's degree. My husband inspired me to do that. Asked me if I used it. Okay, that's the different subject, right? But I bought into a franchise at 22 years old. And I was able to do that because I was just stashing away the money I was making from corporate. And then I'm like, I hate corporate. I hate this, right? And then I jumped into franchising because why not own my own business? And so
Right.
I opened up my first Jimmy John sandwich shop
No
at
way.
22. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep, I did. And then I bought into another, and then I bought into another. So I was supposed to have 3 locations. After 2, I was done. I'm like, I was there morning, noon, and night for years. And I was a young owner. So I had these people that were looking at me more like they were my best friend instead of a boss, which was a little difficult. So I had to be there a lot. Let's just say that. And we had like really great profitable stores. After about 10 years, got married, did all, pregnant with our firstborn. I'm like, I'm done. I just want to be a stay-at-home mom. Here I am, 32 years old, sold my stores, did well, stayed home. Exactly what the plan was, except for I have an entrepreneur spirit. And I was like, after Austin was born, I'm like, okay, this is
It's
great. But
so
I'm like,
hard to push that down. Like,
I know. I'm staring at 4 walls. I'm watching, Sesame Street or whatever it was back then. And I'm like, oh God, I need to do something. I still wanted my own money. I mean, even though my husband has a great job, I wanted my own money. Like I've always been independent, always had the entrepreneur spirit. Jumped into direct sales, thought, hey, I could do this, on the side. Did really well, but I was gone nights and weekends. Hated it. I wanted to be home with my baby and my husband, right? And that's how I fell into network marketing. And this was 2012. I just wanted to learn, what can I do and be home. And I will say with my first company, I was taught from the get-go curiosity-based marketing. I got myself a Facebook page. I didn't even have a Facebook account then. And I started to just build curiosity and posting and all the things we do nowadays, except back then it was so much easier. You could just put up, I remember my first post, I think was like 15 words, and I had 45 people asking me what I was doing. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I was doing attraction marketing before I even knew what attraction marketing was. And so obviously I built that over time, and come 2016, got a little bit bored. I did build a multiple 6-figure business, but I wanted more. I wanted other income streams. I started seeing some companies close down, and I got very nervous. What if that's me? What would I do if I lost this income tomorrow? And so I started hearing about back then it was Periscope, or then Facebook Live was born, and I think January 2016 it came out, and I'm like, all right, well, I started a fan page, started doing videos, and lo and behold, people started showing up, a brand started to create. And I just, and that's the thing is, as an entrepreneur, it's just taking action, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. You could always course correct. And I think people forget that. And so anyways, I fell into coaching, creating courses, building out funnels, starting an agency, starting affiliate marketing. Like it just snowballed. And then 2020, I switched companies in that time frame as well. I left my one company. I resigned due to they were trying to tell me what I can and cannot do online. And I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me. I left corporate America years ago. Like, absolutely not. But the power in that is that I was building other income streams. So I was able to release a multiple six-figure income. And I said, if I built it once, I could build it again and I'll do it bigger and stronger. And so that's what I did. And I went into a new company. I'm still there in 2017. It's great, but I still build multiple income streams. And I just think it's really, really important, especially in this day and age, that one income is not going to cut it that much anymore. I'm sorry if you hear my puppy's crying at the door. She wants to come in. You see her little head.
That's the coolest part about working from home, though.
I know.
It was funny. I was doing a training the other day with a good friend of mine, and we had a whole bunch of people on, and his daughter's coming in the room and he's talking to her while we're on the training. I'm like, this is why we do what we do.
And it's so funny because like Facebook Live, I used to be so hesitant because I usually like I don't wear makeup. Like even now I don't even have a lot on. I'm very natural, like, and I just want to show up as who I am. But I remember in the beginning I was so nervous to do it because I was like, I don't want my kids to come in. I don't want the dog to bark. Like I was so nervous. So I started forcing myself to do Facebook Lives when I was disgusting and sweating after like yoga classes and stuff.
Yeah.
And like on a walk and things like that. And then I purposely started pulling, we had a second child, Landon. I started pulling him into the videos. And like when Lola was a puppy, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I have to show people that like, this is real, like this is life. You're here with me. It's okay. Because here I am telling people to go do Facebook Live and don't be nervous and do video. So, you almost have to live it to then go and tell people it's okay if your dog barks and kids and come in. So
there's one little thing you said, and I really wanted to key off because I think this is so important.
Sure.
You said I started to do videos and a brand started emerging.
Yes.
Yeah. And what I think about that is so important because I talk to some of my students sometimes like, what kind of a brand should I build? To me, in my mind, I'm like, what kind of brand? Like, I'm known a lot for video stuff, like, but it's not like I set out to like become a video guy. I just started sharing with people what I was doing and what was working. And next thing you know, like, you want to learn about video? Go talk to Mark. Like, I'm like, I didn't mean like, it wasn't like I tried to do that. I just shared what I was doing. And next thing you know, people start to look at you as something that you talk about a lot and you get results and you share those results. And next thing you know, you're the video guy or you're the multiple streams gal or whatever,
Yeah. I was a branding girl. I am the multiple streams girl and the branding girl. People come to me for branding too, because I was building a strong brand. And I think that, I even wrote about it in Jordan Adler's book, Powerhouse Branding. I was in one of his, a co-author in one of his books, his branding book. Anyways, I think I want to say because we live so close to it, because our brand is us, that people forget, like, all branding is just showing up authentically as you. You're giving a voice. You're giving your voice. You're giving your opinion. You're giving out value. And the way you do that is through video.
Yeah.
And it's one of the fastest ways to be able to do it because you're hitting all three of the visual, auditory, kinesthetic, right? You're hitting it on all different levels. So people get to hear you and feel you and see you. And all you are doing is humanizing your brand with video. And it's the most powerful thing that you can do. And so I tell people all the time, when you're trying to figure out like who your market is and who you're speaking to, because you have to understand that. And not just that, if you want to like, start generating sales, you better understand how to allow your audience to see things from your point of view. And that's how you really stand out, is by having your own point of view. Okay.
Yeah.
But more so than that, you have to know who the hell you are.
Yeah.
Because that's where I think people go wrong, because especially nowadays, Mark, with like social media and everyone's watching everyone else's content. I'll be honest, I really don't watch other people's content. I know this sounds crazy, but I might observe it, but I don't like obsess about it, right? Because I feel like I could get lost in their world, and I have to stay in my lane, right? Like my traffic, like there is no traffic in my lane. If you focus and you're staying in your lane, there's no traffic, right? And I feel like that's where people get lost, because then what happens is they start to mold into other people's like voice, their audience, their offers. And they have to understand too, because the other thing I love is business strategy. There is no one strategy that works universal for everyone. You have to apply the right strategy to your business. And like, these are just some of the things that I have learned through the years. There's different business models. What brings the business models is different strategy. The strategy depends on who you are, what kind of business you want to have, right? And then obviously the branding comes down to, again, who you are. Who the hell do you want to attract to you? Like, and who do you want to repel? Because it's also very important to repel people. We do not want everybody in our world. Trust me, that's why I show up on social media and I'm in your face, and sometimes I'll swear and I'll say the F word, and I'm repulsing people. I'm like, yes. But for the longest time, Mark, when I got started, I was trying to be like the goody goody. And then it was someone I hired on my team.
You lose yourself in that.
Yes.
That's really it.
And she was a business manager. I hired her to help me. This was a season of my business. And she goes, they were working on a sales page for me. And they wrote the word, I think, bitch or ass. I'm sorry, we're not supposed to swear on this podcast, but I will keep it clean. But I'm like, you have to take that off. And she goes, Julie, do you not listen to the way that you speak when we have our conversations? Like, this is who you are. This is how you speak. I go, but I can't say that on my sales page. And she's like, get the F out of here. Like, yes, you are going to say this on the sales page. So she's like, she reminded me of all the things that I was teaching other people. Like, but I wasn't doing that. I'm like, oh my God, now I do it. From that day forward, now I do. I show up in my voice when I post, my sales pages, my videos, whatever you want to say. So anyway,
and that's the important thing. Like, you're not going to please everybody.
No.
Nor do you want to.
No.
Especially when it comes to building a business. Like, I think a lot of people get stuck in this idea that I need to have this mass appeal to everybody in every demographic. And it's just, that's not the case. Like, you could build, and I know you'll agree with this, you could build a multiple six-figure income with a very small audience. Like, it's not like you have to have this massive audience to build a good brand that makes you a great living online. And I think people get lost in that idea, but I'm going to piss this group off, or I'm going to piss that group off, and I think there's a lot to be said in that,
There is. And another thing is, sorry, I got distracted by the damn fly. Sorry. What were we saying? I wanted to piggyback off of something you just said. This is my 45-year-old brain kicking in.
I'm about to turn 50, so I'm like, yep, that's happening.
Oh my God. Right? Like, one little distraction, this fly, I'm like, it was like a squirrel moment. But you were just talking about something really good, and I wanted to say something after that.
Happens all the time. Like, I'll be sitting here doing something, and something will hit my head, and I'll message my business manager. I'm like, hey, when you got a sec, get with me. I got something I want to run by you. 5 minutes later, he'll go, all right, what did you want? I'm like, I can't remember. Like, well, I should have wrote it in there. Like,
yes. Like I hear you. I do it to my VA all the time. But there was something really important that I wanted to say in that conversation. But I really feel like, you know, the market is getting more sophisticated. Nowadays, marketing is changing, right? Like, you know, I feel that there are things that are still being taught that shouldn't be taught. And if they are, like, I'll give you an instance, like countdown timers, right? On sales pages. Okay, countdown timer, great. But you know what? That timer, once it runs out, you better not put the price back. Like things like that, you know, even money back guarantees, those are good. And I think everyone should offer that in an offer. But you know, I even would take it a step further. One thing I've learned from a recent mentor is a satisfaction guarantee. And there's a lot of great psychology around that. I can't get into that right now. But I mean, just knowing that when you're out there and you're promoting your brand or your business, the number one thing, like I said, is just showing up. And really what it is, what it comes down to is you're giving your business a soul by just giving it a soul by building your brand and showing up, doing your video, having conversations, building relationships, you know, over delivering. You know, if you're a coach or a course creator and you know, you're selling a product, a program, or a service, over delivering, really identifying with what your audience is looking for, because they're not buying the way that they used to buy.
Right.
So, and that could probably be a whole other segment that we do, but you know, and I think a lot of people, let me just say this though, there's a flip side, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, be vulnerable, show people your side, your good side, you know, your good side. You could show them all sides, but let's please, for the love of God, not show up just for the sake of showing up to be vulnerable and be a hot mess.
Yes.
I will tell you right now, I could tell exactly when people are doing that on social media, and I want to call them out.
Vulnerable post day.
Oh my God. And I'm like, take that down. Like, take that down. You're like, it's forced. And I cannot stand force posting. Just for the sake of posting. Don't freaking post. If you're having a bad day, please go have your bad day. Show up tomorrow. Talk about your bad day. But what was the teachable moment? What is the value you could give people from that? What you went through, or your week, or whatever it is. Give yourself space, give yourself time. I will tell you, I build businesses that I don't have to be on social media as much, right? Like that's how every opportunity I look at, I go, okay, is this passive income? Is it recurring income? And do I have to live on social media for this?
Right. Well, you know, and I do want to key off that vulnerable posting, because it's like just yesterday, like I posted this on Facebook, and it was just in the moment, but it was so funny because I'm about to turn 50 and my news feed is full of Viagra and Cialis ads. And I'm like, this is hilarious. I got to share this. You know what I mean? And it's like being vulnerable that, hey, I'm about to turn 50 years old and this is what I'm seeing. Like, and it just got just crazy engagement, you know, like people are laughing, and but it's hilarious, you know? And then like the day before, I just realized like, hey man, it's been 20 years this month since I had I had cancer 20 years ago. You know,
oh
my
my
arm,
gosh.
I had a big old scar here. And I just like, I remember that this was 20 years ago. I'm going to share this. Like, this is huge. Like I'm actually, but it wasn't forced. It was just like, hey,
no,
but you know what I mean? Like
that's powerful. That's powerful,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I did not know you had cancer 20 years ago. Amen. You are still here, brother. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Amen. But you know, and I know this is going to sound really, really, really wrong. I'm not talking about something like that. Of course, like that is amazing. That's inspiring.
Right.
I'm talking about like you just
forced.
broke up with a boyfriend, or you know, and you're crying in your phone, or you're going through a divorce and you're airing out dirty laundry, or you just got in a car accident and you're taking pictures and you're posting it immediately. Like you just got in a car accident, go through the effing car accident,
Right.
go get your report,
Like,
show up tomorrow and say, this was my day yesterday.
yeah,
Thank God I'm still alive. I still
right.
like, who the hell is gonna take their camera? Wait, I'm sorry. I have to post this real quick. Okay.
Excuse me, officer. Hold on.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, taking the picture. Like, doesn't even make sure the other guy or girl is
right.
okay. Just like, oh, no. I was just in a car accident. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting, my brain's going, why are you doing this right now? Like,
Right.
I,
Right.
this is like a moment you need to be like exchanging insurance cards, maybe, or like talking to the cop.
Right.
I'm talking about that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Like, just
It is. And there's really like, when, and, sharing stuff, things like that. But sometimes it's just so, you can't force it. Like, and I think there's times where I'm like, oh, I'm going to share this. And then I'm like, no, that just doesn't feel good.
yeah,
Like, it feels forced. I'm not going
yes,
to post that.
yeah,
So you really do have to kind of learn, like, and have like an internal barometer and listen to your gut.
yes,
You start to develop that. And I think you and I, we've been around marketing for a long time.
hmm,
So we understand like the power of being real, but also there's there, you can go way too far with it too.
yeah.
And you really
Oh,
got to find the
100%.
balance, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing it a lot longer. I've been doing it, oh God, since 2012.
yeah,
Holy right. Long time.
yeah.
So
I know.
funny.
I actually started in 2008. I was in a network marketing company. I wanted to generate leads online. So I started looking around, and next thing you know, I'm down the rabbit hole and I'm running Google PPC ads to generate leads for my network marketing company. It was working, it was working.
How times
And
have
now it's
changed.
kind of, oh, I know. Yeah. Times have changed.
How times have changed. And they just make it more hard, like more and more difficult for network marketers to be able to do that. I mean, my gosh, I can't even, well, yeah, I could tell you. Facebook ads. My Facebook ads account has been shut down since 2019. I'm completely banned. It's like gone. They just, yeah, they don't like network marketers, but whatever.
Yeah. So
Build
it's,
organic. Build
yeah,
organic through video, right?
yeah,
Mark, you're the video
yeah,
guy. This is why you're the video guy. I am not the video girl. I just showed up and did a lot of videos because I just did what I was told. People are like, do video. I'm like, okay. And now it's like reels and shorts and all
yeah.
this stuff. And holy cow, it's a lot.
Well, and like, I just recently released a video marketing course. And when I put the whole thing together, like my whole idea was there's courses out there. It's like, hey, this is a TikTok specific course, how to do TikTok. There's this course, there's this course. But a lot of what those courses miss is they miss the fact that what you're teaching in that is going to change in 2 months. You see what I mean? The algorithm's going to shift, things are going to
Right.
change, all this stuff. And there isn't something that covers the fundamentals of what you need to know. Number one, you need to know why you should even be doing video, because when you understand why, the psychology behind it, you're going to show up a lot different on video. And what's going to happen is TikTok is going to change in a year from now. Reels are going to be different, 6 months from now. But if you have all the underlying fundamentals, the method may shift, but the fundamentals don't. And
Yeah, I
that's
love
what
that.
that's going to give you a strong business going forward. So like, hey, when the new big thing comes out, there's a new app out called Lemon 8. It's another version of TikTok.
Oh my
And
God.
it's TikTok owns it. And it's like, what's going to happen? Is that now going to blow up and be the next one, coming up? But it doesn't matter, because if you've got the fundamentals down, it's all going to remain.
Oh, so what's your platform of choice since we're talking about video? Like, where do
I
you
love
focus most?
I love YouTube. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I think YouTube is one of the best places to start.
Mm,
Just because it's the search, there's so much search around it because it's a
yeah.
search engine. But the thing is if you go to Google today and you type in a keyword, shorts are showing up in the search results. And so really, I think it's such a great place. to be, and then kind of everything from there. But now you've got tools nowadays that allow you to be on, all the platforms at once. If I want to do a live video, I just go to StreamYard and,
Right.
click
Do you
go, and
feel
you're
like,
on.
do you feel that live video, look at now I'm interviewing you. I
Yeah, I
guess
know, right? We're
in my
switching.
community. Do you feel that live video, if it's a recorded video, live video, or YouTube shorts, out of those three, what do you think is the most like powerful if someone was just getting started?
Man, I think live is, I mean, definitely short videos are, I think, easy for people because
Yeah.
they can contemplate doing a 30-second video as opposed to, but I think the power of live is still there in so many ways. Like it's real-time connection. If your content is good, you're sharing. Yeah, live video doesn't get the reach that it used to, but I think there's so much power in the recording of a live. You could take that live video and then edit it up for, other platforms if you want.
Yeah.
I think
Gotcha.
there's a lot you can do with it, and lives don't require as much preparation and
Right.
things that go into it, which, you can go down the huge rabbit hole of creating videos on YouTube where you're spending 25 hours editing a video to make every
Oh.
little engagement thing. And that just nauseates me. Like, I don't even want to.
Oh, yeah. See, and that's what has what my old assistant would take my Facebook lives and put them on YouTube
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I have a channel, but I have not done anything with the channel. But what do you think about YouTube ads?
I have not I have done some YouTube ads, and I think there's a lot of power in like retargeting people that have viewed your ads. I mean,
Yeah.
or viewed your videos. I think
Yeah.
it all comes down to like really building the audience. And the power of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
You see the power of an audience, and getting in front of them is such a key thing. I
Right.
think omnipresence today is so important.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm also a big fan of running ads. But the fact is, you can run ads for as little as $1 a day and remain in front of some of your best prospects, especially when it comes to retargeting stuff.
Damn.
So there's so many cool things that you can do. And
I need
but
your YouTube course, obviously. Because I'm like, I've only really, I can't stand Instagram. I'll be honest. I can't stand Instagram. It's like the fake gram for me. I don't even really like going on it. We do cross post,
yeah,
but I don't think I've ever gotten one person off of Instagram.
yeah,
I'm not on TikTok. And so like my audience has always just been on Facebook, and that's my lane. Like that's where I stayed. But
that's it.
YouTube does appeal to me
Yeah,
because it is a search engine. And I feel like, and it's not a social media platform, right? And so people are searching for content, and like there's so much power in the YouTube platform, and now with the shorts and now with the ads. And I can't even run ads over on Facebook anymore. But like, so I'm like half thinking I need to get over to YouTube, but I do high ticket affiliate marketing.
yeah,
I do network marketing.
yeah.
I'm about to put another one offer, not 9 courses like you had, one about, helping people build an online digital course and presence, right? So I'm like, I can run that course through YouTube as well,
Yeah.
through YouTube ads. But yeah, you're
Well, the cool thing about YouTube as well, that makes it such a powerful platform is, yeah, the searchability. But here's the thing, like, there's kind of this perception that people have, like, and I actually, this shifted for me about 3-4 months ago. I saw this short video of a guy, and he said, everybody keeps saying everybody's attention spans are absolutely nothing today. And he said, and while some of that might be true, he said, my question to you is your ideal prospect, do you really want them to have a short attention span? So if you think you're going to attract your best prospect at constantly pumping out short videos, you're going to attract a whole bunch of attention deficit people. He said, I want to attract people that have some focus, that have this. And so he's like, that's why he's talking about long form video as well. Long form video is not going away. As a matter of fact, there was an article like 2 months ago that TikTok started a creator fund for their creators that are making videos over 60 seconds. And the thing is like, because they realized that the real power is in long form video and holding an audience longer. And this is why I believe YouTube is positioned better than any of the platforms, because they already have that audience. You understand? Like they
Yeah.
already have the people there that are into watching long form videos. So the short form video, while they're great and they're cool for getting bursts of, little tips here and there, ultimately, what kind of audience do you want? Do you want an audience who can't hold their attention for nothing?
Right. And like with your short form video, can you send them to your long form video to go finish watching the content? Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
totally could.
you
And
should be using it as like a sneak peek and then
right.
heading over to your channel. The other thing is also, I think I like hearing that because I feel like with the short form, even though it is easier and it's nicer because it's quicker, however, we're like training people to actually have a deficit with the
Right.
short form. Like,
True.
and what does that say to our society and like,
Right.
especially our kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the focus, I tell my kids I'm just like, oh my God, slow down. You
Yeah.
have to focus,
Yeah.
slow down because everything is like hyper speed nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And so
Yeah.
I like to hear that
Yeah.
because I think it's important.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's there's huge market still for long form video. And the coolest thing that and this is why I always go back to YouTube, because YouTube, again, they have that long form audience, but they have a feature in their app where you can pull up one of your old videos. You can pull a 60-second bite out of it, or 30-second or whatever, post it as a short, but it also has a link back on the short back to your long form video.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I was
that's what's
saying.
cool about
Yeah, that's like your sneak peek.
it.
And
Right.
then people could click on it. Oh, yeah. That's
Exactly.
really cool. See, I don't
Yeah.
know all this stuff. See, this
Yeah.
is
So
why everyone listening to this podcast needs to go and buy Mark's YouTube course ASAP. ASAP.
and folks, we are now shifting to the Julie Burke podcast. She's gonna interview me.
Yes, I love it. Well, you said like but like even for me as an entrepreneur, like I want to understand, I want to
Yeah.
know.
It's just fundamentals, like the fundamentals. Like I have a huge sports background, so when I wrestled and played football, it was like incessant training on the fundamentals, footwork. When I played high school football, I just remember going to practice and it was like, gosh, we're gonna do the hand block again, and it's like
Yeah,
doing this
yeah,
over and over. But when you get in the game, it's just you don't even think about it. You're doing these little things, and that's a perfect analogy to me of why we have to focus on fundamentals of marketing, the psychology of it. None of that's going to change, but the method of communication will. But if you
yeah,
have that strong foundation, it's easy to make a shift. And that's why, like, even with, the whole things, like 2 years ago, Facebook was making changes due to Apple's changes.
right.
Everybody's freaking out, flipping out. I'm like, why? I've seen this so many times. Like, if you're focused on fundamentals, a lot of that stuff will change and you just don't even blink.
Right.
You're just stuck on the things that work.
It
So,
makes so much sense.
yeah.
Seriously, it makes so much sense because I always like, oh boy, people that have to create like those types of courses or, the Facebook ads course, like it's constantly changing. They have to constantly go up and, update that. But what you're saying is just teaching the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And then once you have that down, you can ebb and flow with whatever changes are going to take place
Absolutely.
because you have the
Absolutely.
fundamentals.
Well, it's
I
like,
love that.
if you know how to talk to people and have good, that's why I always go back to like, uh, Dale Carnegie, How to
Yeah.
Win Friends and Influence People. Like
Yeah.
every social media, every video, every, messenger, whatever you use, you're still talking with people. We're still dealing with people.
Right.
Those things never change. You're dealing with humans,
Yeah.
and human psychology is pretty much unchanging. Like, what triggers people to take action and do things, and all of those things. It's all just in how you utilize it. If you got that stuff, it
Yeah.
it you can make everything else work.
It's funny because I'm learning a lot about psychology and sales, sales psychology. Um, and this mentor I have been working with, that's all he really focuses on. Like he's like a pitch master, because he always says it just comes down to three things. It's the people, the pitch, and the presentation. Like that is it. I mean, and then obviously there's different things to learn within those elements, but like what makes for a really like a home run offer, like all those things. And he puts psychology into everything he teaches us. And it's really interesting to learn. And so when he was teaching this, I look back and I'm like, because sometimes like we could be successful, but I can't explain what has made me successful. Like I don't have a framework. I don't have a method. I'm not a coach. I'm not certified. I'm like more of a consultant and mentor. Like I like strategy, and I like to like dissect people's businesses and like help them to look at it in a different light, or give them a different perspective, like almost like an advisor or a guide, but all these things. But I was never able to like explain how I've been able to be successful. So when he was walking us through this, I was unconsciously competent, and like, this is why I'm successful. I'm doing these things. And all of these things that he is talking, even through the presentation, like I shift my tones, bring the energy, like I attract people. Cause I'm like, what? I went through that whole period of sabotaging my own success. Seriously, sabotaging my own success. Because I'm like, I had limiting beliefs and self-doubt, and I couldn't understand why people were drawn to me. I went through all this BS from all the baggage I carried when back in the day, that I wasn't smart enough and I wasn't good enough. I had to work through all of that to get to hell yeah. Now I understand, like, to giving me more confidence. I'm just naturally born with this. Like it's a gift. These are my gifts. Like own it. These are my gifts. Right. And most of the time what people just need help with is they just need accountability to let them know like they could do it. Anyone could do this. Right. We just have to clean up the mindset a little bit. We have to understand sales psychology. We have to get up on the video and build our confidence and show up and give the value and stop looking at everybody else. That's what you need to focus on and do. Right. And so it's funny that we're talking about that, like, because these are the things that just came up for me within this last week. And I just thought it was important, because we battle demons sometimes as online entrepreneurs. We really do.
I mean, I can't tell you, like you talked about sabotaging, there's so many times, like, and I've seen some of the greatest entrepreneurs just pure sabotage, like thinking that they've got to scale bigger and go bigger. And I think sometimes like the idea of entrepreneurship is, if I'm not making more than I did the previous year, then I must be doing something wrong, or this and that. And it's like, sometimes just enjoy what you got, what I mean? And I think sometimes it's like we get into this stuck mode of thinking, hey, I'm not making 10 million this year and I made 4 last year, then I'm doing something wrong. And it's like, dude, why don't you just relish in the fact that, hey, you made 4 million this year, or you made 2 million, and just go, cool. You know what I mean? And kind of enjoy it.
Repeat it. Rinse and repeat.
Rinse
and repeat.
So,
why? Because humans always want more. We always want more. I think it is ingrained in us that it's never good enough. And that's what I had to learn, is that it's the way it's supposed to be, because that's just the way it's supposed to be. And it's okay. Right. Like, forced success is never going to get you success. Ever. Hi, puppy. She finally made it in. She was out there crying. My husband finally just let her in. Probably upstairs going, I can't even stand listening to her cry. Forced success will never win. You can't. And so you have, part of it is having that faith and belief in what you're doing, belief in yourself, but then also reaching out and putting the ego aside and saying, okay, I I do need help. Like
Yeah.
I can't do this on my own.
Right.
And figuring out like, who's right for you and just going and getting that guidance. And I think it's so important that, we're not on this journey alone.
Yeah.
We're not meant to be alone on this journey.
And that can be tough sometimes, especially when you do an online business, to remember that,
Yeah, 100%. I got lonely for a long time. I was like, this sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of lonely, because you're sitting in your office, like sometimes
And
12 hours a day.
that's why like it's so important to go to events. I mean, you and
Yeah.
I just met for the first time
Yes,
at an event 2 months ago,
I know.
and it was like, holy cow, you're Julie Burke. How you doing?
Yeah.
And it's
Ah,
like, but and here we are talking today, but that's why it's important to go to those things. You can't just sit behind your computer all day and expect to always feel great. You got to get out. Like I'm getting ready to go to Portugal, next month for
it's
the
amazing.
mastermind event. And I'm so excited about it. Like, I never would have thought I'd be going to Portugal, but I'm like, okay, great.
Oh my gosh, you'll have to let me know who that's through. I always
Yeah.
love hearing like
Yeah.
who people are like mentoring with, or if they're in a mastermind. I always look, because I was out there. I was without it for so long.
Yeah.
I like really took a hiatus from, like, no joke, 2020, right before COVID hit. And for me, I mean, I know it sounds horrible, but and it's horrible that we had to go through that, but that was a perfect time for me because like I was ready to like just take a step
Need a
back.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, I needed a big break. And so from like 2020 to literally just probably like summer of last year, I took that time off. And
Yeah.
that's the power to having residual income with network marketing. Like I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Um,
Huge.
I just needed time.
Yeah.
I went from a franchise to direct sales, from having babies and doing direct sales to then network marketing and then online marketing, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, coaching, all the things. And so then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I just need
Yeah.
space.
Gotta step back.
Yeah. And I
Right.
stepped on the sidelines maybe a little bit too long, but it's the people that inspire me are the people that message me telling me I'm inspiring them.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, Julie, time to not be selfish anymore and kind of get back out there. And so this year I was like, that's it. I am investing in businesses that, feel good. I'm much smarter this time around, more
Yeah.
wiser. Um, invested in an automated cleaning business that is it's completely hands off.
I love
We're
that.
opening in 12 areas.
That's
It's
awesome.
fully automated. It's fully ran for me. I have a whole team. And so, and I know it's not sexy, but sexy pays, or non-sexy pays. Cleaning
Dude,
businesses do
I
pay.
I honestly like I saw this video of this lady and she was like, I invested in car washes.
Yes,
I invested in
huge.
car washes, and it was how I did it was she was talking about how she did it, and all she did was is she went to the owner who wanted to get rid of it, and she just took over the loan of the property. Like she didn't even have to put her own money down, nothing. Like she's just talking about all these different things she had done, and I was like, a car wash, like interesting, like it's these things you never think about that are
It's
huge money
reoccurring
makers.
revenue. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, and I follow, and I could give you her name when we get off, but
yeah,
I followed it. She's young and she has a partner, and the both of them, him and her, have that is literally all they talk about is buying businesses that are like not sexy businesses, but
yeah,
they pay a ton.
yeah,
And like, my God, the window, the door of opportunity. I mean, I just love following her, and she's
yeah,
super smart, like
yeah,
ridiculously smart. So I'm on like lists like that. I want to understand, I like that because my husband and I are always we're looking to do some investments, and people always go, oh, real estate, real estate, real estate. Well, no, it's not just real estate. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of other businesses out there, and the way that they teach you how to do it with other people's money, or like you don't even have to put money down. I mean, it's just brilliant. But
yeah. You got to send
so
me that info.
yes, I will. And so this yeah, so the cleaning business, hands off, monthly reoccurring revenue, passive income. boom, invested in that. I do high ticket affiliate. There's a little bit I have to put in that. I do it organic. You could do it through marketing. But for me, I have an audience, and I have an audience of people that want passive income and high ticket income. So I have that. But a couple hours I put towards it, it's like ridiculous. So, this year what I'm saying is I claim to myself, and now I'm getting back out there with doing consulting and mentoring and things like that. Because even though passive income's great, the network marketing, the cleaning business, affiliate marketing, all that, I still want to feel like fulfilled.
Yeah.
And like knowing that I'm helping somebody else, like that's like my fulfillment piece. So
there's a lot of fulfillment in that. Like
there is.
I that's why, like, I enjoy doing coaching, because and I don't have an aspiration to build this multi-million-dollar coaching business where I got to manage a team of people. Like, for me, I don't want that. Like, I know people that have done that, and their lives are complete, like, like they never have time for anything. So it's like, but the one-on-one getting with people, because I think if you can help one person, they can go out and help one who helps one who helps one, and your impact is greater.
Yes, I agree. I have never been into like group programs. I rather would be like, listen, we like, if I had like a small group of people, we did like an intimate training, what have you, and then they have me on Voxer for 6 months to a year, because really that's all you really need, like walkie-talkie coaching or mentorship, because people just questions come up, and it could just be something super simple or they want me to like review their funnel or their, whatever, their copy. I love copy. I love doing copy. I've always done my own copy, always written my own videos, my sales pages, things like that. So, and people will be like, well, I'm not that creative. Yes, you are. Stop saying you're not creative. Stop saying you're not creative, and you'll be creative. Who told you this? Right. So it's crazy. And now, of course, we have ChatGPT to help with the creativity. But, it's funny. I was playing around with it for a while, but then I was going down a freaking rabbit hole with that. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Rabbit hole again. So you have to know when to shut it down. You really do. And I've gotten really good at just being like, okay, Joel, shut it down. You're going, you're going away. You're bleeding off. But anyways, it's a crazy world. It's got the roller coaster highs and lows, entrepreneurship. But at the end of the day, like you said, I want to build a business that's right for me. Not, hey, she has 12 team members over there. Great. Let her have her 12 team members.
Right.
I want a very lean business that is profitable. That is all I want. I've never even said, hey, I need to make millions a year.
Right.
I know what I need to make a month that I would like to make to get back to what I was making back when I was doing coaching and selling courses and hustling my ass off. Like, I want to do it in a non-hustle way. So I get back there. When I get back there, amazing. My husband can retire. And that's really all we want, because then we want to go and start doing things. He's really good with like flipping. He's just, and I want him, like, it'd be more for fun, not just like, oh, we gotta go flip all these houses. It would just be more like us doing something together. I'm a decorator and stylist. He flips, so
I'm gonna see you on HGTV soon.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Tim, you should have.
I got the name. Flipping with Jules.
Yeah. I love that.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, because everyone calls me Jules. All my friends calls me Jules. Yeah, it's Julie Jules. And anyways, I could talk to you forever.
Well, I definitely, this has been a great conversation. We probably should cut it off. We could probably go for the next 2 hours, but it's just great. I love this real talk, and that's really what this was really about, And I think, there's plenty in here for people to take away, but it really comes down to, and we'll leave it with this, is that build a business. I mean, if you're building a business because you want freedom, make sure that your business doesn't become the new shackle, because I've seen that way too often with people that, just because they're making, it sounds sexy in a marketing campaign, making multiple 7 figures. But I also know people that have made multiple seven figures, didn't build it in a way that, gave them time freedom. It actually became more of a burden than anything. And
Yep.
I've seen big marketers go, I'm done. And they were making multiple millions. Like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm burnt. I can't keep this up. I got to step away to figure out how I'm going to do this in a way going forward that's not burning me out the way it is.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
not just that, people will claim that they made this amount a month.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Were they running ads? How
Yeah.
much went into their team? How much went into their marketing budget? Like, I can't not stand when people say that kind of stuff, because what actually went into it,
Yeah.
right? Like, what are you actually taking
Right.
home?
Right.
And so, yes, and that's me out there kind of, I'm the black sheep, because I'll like blow this, I'm like, sometimes people will blow the smoke up your, what, and you
Yeah.
have to know how to, distinguish what's true and what's not true. You have to look at
Yeah.
their businesses. Are they living in their businesses? Are they all over the place? How big is their team? Like, you're learning from this person. So is it the business that you want to have? And then I'm the black sheep, because I'm out there as a network marketing leader going, you better be building multiple income streams. You
Right.
better not be just out there just doing your right. And so, people hate me or love me for that, because these are all my point of view though. Like, so I'm selling from my point of view.
Yeah.
And either you love me or hate me. I don't care.
And I think, that's why we gel. So that's why I gel with Tanya as well. Tanya's such a great, I
my
love
girl.
her. I love how she builds, and her and I talk all the time. And, but we love the marketing side of things. We're geeky around all that. And that's what we focus on and how we build. So, but you're amazing, man. Thank you so much for coming out. I mean, I think everybody's enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this, make sure you reach out to Julie. Where can people connect with you?
They could connect with me
Instagram, right? No.
on Facebook. Julie
Yeah.
Burke is my face.
Right.
I have a group. It's the Freedom Business Academy. That's my group. Or thefreedomdesigner.com is my website.
Awesome. Well, guys, make sure you check her out, head on over there, get on her email list, do whatever, follow Julie. She's amazing. I've known her for years. I've seen her online. I've watched her videos, and it's cool to finally connect and chat. And this can't be the last time. So we're going to do this some more. So
yes, for
all
sure.
right, Julie. Sure.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate
See you guys.
you. Bye.